All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are, who are enduring in truth and sincerity. All the men and the women who follow. This is brother Karatazah.
You call Lamath.
Your brother Yatazakba.
Coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This one going over the lost towns. You know, the towns who were the black towns who were lost to flooding, so-called flooding. Okay, really it was Esau with his hatred. Can we get that everlasting hatred?
Okay.
Esau with his hatred for Jake, you know, really just destroying black communities.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword and the time of their calamity.
Yeah, so because of their everlasting hatred, their perpetual hatred, you know, they said that we were going to be, you know, we were feuding in the womb, and that we were going to feud basically forever. He was going to keep his hatred against us forever. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead.
It says, in the time that their iniquity hath an end. Therefore,
back that up a little bit.
Salaki. It says, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Hey, they shed the blood of the children of Israel. All right, and this is, you know what I'm saying, just one of the ways. Of course, you know, we were brought over here in cargo slave ships. You had the conquistadors putting hell on, you know, Jake in Central and South America. The Spanish, the French, the British, you know, amongst others, you know, the Dutch coming over here to the Americas and the West Indies, just totally obliterating Jake, man. This ain't nothing new, but this is one of the lesser known, you know, atrocities that Esau has propagated against our people. Can we get drop that, Baba Rashad, and get his sins reach unto heaven?
Okay. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 5. I'll just get straight to the point. It says, I'll start at verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Yeah, so when we get salvation, we're going to literally come out of her. We're going to literally come out of America. All right? So that we don't be partakers in this destruction that's going to come. All right? We're going to give you, even if this was the only reason, you know, why America would have to be destroyed, this is a valid reason. Yeah. Upon many, but, you know, just this one category. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Right, her sins have reached unto heaven. You know, there's an account after account after account after account. You know, even with this video that we're going to do, we're going to go into account after account after account. You know, of them really, you know, doing the Negroes dirty. But, you know, you could have account after account after account of them doing Gad dirty.
Yep,
account after account after account of them doing Issachar dirty.
Yep.
Of them doing Ephraim dirty. So on and so forth through the tribes.
Yep. Says, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, so the Most High ain't going to weep at this folly, you know? It may seem, can we get, because sentence isn't executed speedily.
Mm-hmm. You want to get that first?
Yeah.
Okay. Sentence. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right, because, you know, since fucking the 1400s, you know, they've been fucking us over. They feel like they can keep on doing it to the point that they can, trying to enact a new world order, a one world government, get rid of 7.5 billion people because they don't think that there's going to be a consequence, or they know that the Lord is going to come back, and they even prepare for that. But go ahead.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But
the Lord going to protect his own. Jacob is going to be saved with everlasting salvation.
That's right.
But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days.
He think that he going to prolong his days, that his enterprise shall never... Our enterprise is always open to his collect, however you say it. You know what I'm trying to get to. Novo Oris Seclorum.
Oh, come.
Our enterprise shall last forever, or something like that.
Okay, you're not talking about that. This precept. You want the Joel 5?
No, I'm just.
You just quote
getting the quote.
Okay.
What does the quote say?
It says, Anuit Coeptus Providence has favored our undertakings, and Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means a new order of the ages. But no, there's another one you're looking for, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Like our enterprise shall last forever. Or that might be a scripture, huh?
No. It is. He disappointed there.
But yeah. What does it say on the back of $1? Okay.
On the back of the $1, you have Anuit Coeptus, which is written above in the pyramid, means Providence has favored our undertakings. Then it says below the pyramid, the words Novo or Seclorum, meaning a new order for the ages.
Right, new order for the ages, which is basically the new world order. Them taking over, for the ages. They think that they should think that their house shall last forever. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, back to the scripture that you had, Baba Rashad.
Come back in Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not the Most High.
Yeah. The Most High is not in their thoughts. All right? So, Baba Rashad, you can go ahead and give what you had.
Come, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, and verse 11. It says, He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord. Yeah,
he thinks that the Most High forgot, or that he's hiding from the Most High, or the Most High is not with us. All right? Not so. The Lord did not forget his only begotten.
Gotcha.
All right?
Yep. It says, O Lord Yahweh, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble.
Yeah, he's not going to forget the humble. He's not going to forget whom his chosen is. All right? And you touched the apple of the Lord's eye. So Esau's going to have to pay for that.
That's right.
All right. Y'all got anything else?
Yeah,
that's the point. It's more, but that's the
we'll
point.
never get to the video.
All right. Well, let's with that being said, we're going to play the audio to this video. It's the evil history of, was that it?
Yeah.
The evil history of flooding black towns. Lord's will put the link in the description. And, Lord's will, we're edifying.
Fair use.
Here we got this ad. Salakia.
HG Hotels and Resorts. Being guest, I'm a guest.
All right.
Imagine living in a thriving black community where you could find
find refuge from discrimination and violence in the days when racism was at its peak. Such communities existed in the United States during segregation, and at least 200 of them were established by 1888. But as time passed, many of these communities disappeared from the map, completely erased from history. You may ask, how is that even possible? Why were these towns deliberately hidden and erased? And what can we learn from this dark and troubling part of American history? In this video, we will reveal some of the major black towns now hidden underwater or transformed into something else, and their black inhabitants displaced.
So actually, before we get into the video, let's get into the article. You know, so that definitely set it up. But let's just read in this article because it's gonna really set it up for us.
So this is titled 10 Hidden Black Towns That Got Washed Away Throughout American History from Black Culture Unlocked, the same people that made this video. It says, across the United States, hidden black towns did exist in the middle of segregation, despite popular belief, with at least 200 of them being established by 1888. But as time went on, many of these communities got erased from history and disappeared from the map. Recently, on the Amber Ruffin Show, TV host Amber Ruffin unveiled the secret history of flooding black towns to make lakes in a segment called How Did We Get Here? Ruffin revealed how dozens of black towns were wiped out, not by burning them down, but by submerging them.
Right. So, and like I said, this is not nothing new. Esau been doing this. So, Baba Rashad, let's get the race it.
Okay. Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, because they wanted to race the town of, which race basically means, can we get that?
Okay.
You know, they wanted to race Jerusalem just like they raced all these towns that we're about to go over.
Okay, race, which is Sean's H 6168, Ira, which is to be bare, be nude, uncovered, leave destitute.
To leave destitute, all right? They wanted to basically burn Jerusalem down.
Yep.
All right, they wanted to totally obliterate it, which they did, which we had to rebuild, but they totally obliterated these towns. They said, race it, even to the foundation of tear it down, you know? And this is when the Babylonians were coming to basically put Jacob in slavery, and Esau was with them. All right, the scriptures speak about in the day of our calamity, even thou was with them. You know, in the book of Obadiah, I believe. You know, so this ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
You know.
It says, you may ask, how is that even possible? Why were these towns deliberately hidden and erased? And what can we learn from this dark and troubling part of American history? Let's delve into some of the most significant black towns in segregated America. And then kind of starts to go into
Right, so now let's get into the video because we're going to delve into some of those black towns.
You got it, bro.
The first is the Seneca Village in New York City. Seneca Village, a once thriving African-American community, was established in 1825 on the outskirts of New York City at a time when African-American residents were facing legal segregation and discrimination throughout the country. At its height, the village covered an area from 82nd Street to 89th Street on Manhattan's Upper West Side, with approximately 300 black residents living within its borders. The people of Seneca Village had a deep sense of community and worked hard to build a prosperous and thriving neighborhood. Many black residents were property owners, with a rate 5 times higher than the city's average. Seneca Village had 3 churches, a school.
You know, Jake is thriving. This reminds me of Tulsa.
Yep, Black Wall Street.
Yep.
You know, hold on, I'm gonna let it play one more time for a second.
And various small businesses, such as a grocery store, a shoemaker, and a blacksmith. However, the residents of Seneca Village faced many challenges, including discriminatory laws that restricted their freedoms and opportunities.
Right, so, you know, Jake was thriving. We had our own community. We had hospitals, schools, you know, all in what's now is Central Park, you know.
The city of New York began to expand, and urbanization took hold. Many wealthy...
That's what I want to get to. Jake was thriving, but this is not our rest. Can we get that real quick, Bible Shah? Micah 2.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction."
So we can't have the mindset like, we can come over here and we can be sovereign, or we can be separate from the so-called white man, or set up our own thing. This is not our rest. All right, this place is polluted.
Yeah.
All right, and if you attach onto this place, it's going to destroy you, because this place is set for destruction.
Yeah.
So you're going to be judged right along with it.
Yeah.
All right, can we get Baruch chapter 6 and 4?
This is Baruch chapter
4 and
4
6.
and verse 6. "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies."
Yeah, man, we're over here to serve slavery. All right, we're not over here to become the next Will Smith or LeBron James. Now, you will have your Will Smith and LeBron James, but they sell out. Those are fucking sellouts. They're not men of the Lord.
They won't receive salvation.
Nah, they receive their consolation on this side.
Yep.
All right, Esau will throw a few of us a bone just so that we have something to look forward to. Something that,
Like a dream.
it's like putting that dollar on the end of that fishing pole.
Yeah.
You got to be quicker than that. It's it's something for us to chase, an ideology for us to follow.
Yeah.
But it's not authentic.
Right. And it has become a staple. Like that mindset that's been pushed on Jake has become a staple within the Israelite community. That's why Jake is, well, if I work hard and I do this and that, I could be the next Denzel, like you were saying, next LeBron, whatever. Which is, you're chasing false dreams. That's it. Good.
Okay, you can go ahead and.
New Yorkers sought to improve the area by creating a large park, which is now known as Central Park. In 1855, the New York State Legislature passed the Act to lay out a public park in the city of New York, which authorized using the eminent domain to seize land to create Central Park. The residents of
So let's get that.
55, the New York State Legislature passed the Act to lay out a public park in the city of New York.
So it's a picture on the screen that says opening and layout a public place between 59th and 106th Street and 5th and 8th Avenue in the city of New York. All right, so basically they passed a law. Can we get what I want?
Yeah.
They passed a law to basically eliminate Jake from a place that they didn't want them to be at, a thriving community, and they made it legal to do it.
This is Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless."
Yeah, man, it's just taking advantage of people, but they're making these laws to not to benefit us, not to protect us, but to ostracize, however you say that,
Ostracize.
us, to eliminate us, to get us out of their hair.
Yeah, because it's not like they were just trying to do something nice for the city. A lot of the time, maybe they did have a plan for the city, but it was always, they was pushing us out at the same time. It was always, man, we need to get rid of them, and this is just they knocking out two birds with one stone.
Because when you go into like New York City, Central Park is right in the heart of Manhattan. All right, and everything like lower, the lower part of Central Park, is pretty much where the business area is, all the big buildings, all the money is at. But what's the north? I say north, but
Upper.
when you get into 105th Street, 115th, 125th Street, when you get it that far up, that's Harlem.
Yeah.
That's where Jake is, and then you can even go to where the Spanish Harlem. You know, everything's segregated. It's just like here in Omaha and like in most cities. You know what I'm saying? You got the Jake down north. You know, you got the Mexicans over south. Then Esau's out west, just like Chicago. You know, where you have white people on the north side, and you have Jake on the south side, and on the west side.
Yep.
You know, most cities are segregated, and if you ain't in the part of town that that they fuck with, or that if you just so happen to be so unlucky to be in the wrong side of town, then they gonna get rid of you.
Right.
And now they're doing gentrification. Can we get that word?
God.
They're doing it here in Omaha. In Omaha, like I said, Jake, the Negroes stayed down north. Okay, so you have the interstate. The interstate cuts right through North Omaha. All right, you can get anywhere in the city from North Omaha, which is why they're doing what? They're doing gentrification. Go ahead.
So in the AI overview, gentrification is the process by which a neighborhood's character changes due to an influx of wealthier residents and investment.
So they tore down the projects and they started building these complex
Like apartment buildings.
communities. They turned the old hospital, which was a Jake Hospital, into a humongous apartment complex for upscale living.
Yep. That, yep, and they put a couple restaurants over there. You know, they tore down all the projects. Now they tore down Pleasant View. They tore down. What's the one that was on Lake a long time ago? Was that Spencer?
They tore down Spencer, but there's another one that was right there where the church is on 30th and Lake. That used to be.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name. Yeah, I can't think of it.
Because this is one of these little hood niggas. It escapes me. Hilltop.
Yeah.
Hilltop. They tore that down years ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they built a Walgreens and Salem Church. But this is what they do. When you got something that they want, they're gonna come and take it. Just like they're tearing down 16th Street and rebuilding 16th Street. They rebuilt all those houses on 24th as you're going between Lake and Hamilton. All those houses are new houses.
Yeah.
Why? Because the interstate is right there. Downtown is right there. So they're trying to get the premium land. So that's why, they're paying Jake to leave their houses.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the land is worth more.
That's right.
North Omaha is very rich in land, but the house that may have been on it, or, the neighborhood itself will keep the so-called property value low. But if we run all these niggas out and build some nice stuff, guess what? That same property value that may have been $100,000, for an acre or something, or whatever you want to buy, a couple, 3-4 lots, might have been $100,000. Now it's worth $500,000. Now it's worth $750,000, and you done made 6, 7, 8 times your money. But guess what? The original people in that land are displaced.
Yep.
Now, it's just going to cause trouble.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1 through verse 2. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand."
Yeah, man, they plot on us, man, all the day long. All right, we're the real victims in America.
And the overview for these verses is woe to the oppressors and judgment against wealthy oppressors.
Yeah, man, because that's what they do. That's their MO. Yeah. All right, that's why they'll don't let there be oil found. They'll get you up out of there quick.
By any means necessary.
It says, verse 2, "And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Hey, if they need to, by violence, they will take it. And that's what we're getting into. You know, we're going to let the video play here in a second, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it must needs that we talk about this. Is there more to that?
Yeah, just a little bit. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, man. You, your wife, your kids, you know what I'm saying? The dog, your uncle, you know what I'm saying? Your grandmama, everybody. You know, they don't give no fuck about us. That's why when the Lord bring that hammer down, it's going to be justified.
That's right.
All right?
Yep, that was it.
Which authorized using the eminent domain to seize land to create Central Park. The residents of Seneca Village were accused of being a public nuisance and were forced to leave their homes to make way for the park's construction. The community was disbanded by 1857, and the residents were forced to relocate somewhere else, mainly to Manhattan's Lower East Side. The erasure of Seneca Village is one of many examples of systemic racism and forced displacement of black communities throughout American history. The people of Seneca Village had built a thriving and prosperous community against all odds, only to be pushed aside by the government and the wealthy elite. The loss of Seneca Village was a traumatic event for the African American residents who were forced to leave their homes and businesses behind. Today, the only remnant of Seneca Village is a commemorative plaque dedicated in 2001 to the Lost Village. The story of Seneca Village serves as a reminder of the many vibrant black communities lost due to discrimination.
It took 150 years to give them a plaque. They don't give no fuck about us. 150 years and say, here, you niggas take a plaque in commemoration of your hustle and busting town that used to sit here. So now white women can jog around the park, you know, with their stroller.
Yeah, that's why it says prepare slaughter for their children. You know.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Con. Yep.
And systemic racism in the United States. But while this seems traumatic, many African Americans in Alabama faced a more devastating incident. Before we get into that, we'd like to introduce a new segment called Black Business Spotlight. Part of our mission is to uplift and empower the culture, and a great way to do that is by supporting black-owned businesses. So today, we'd like to share with you a company. If you'd like to support DTR 360 Books, click the first link in the description. Now let's get back to the video. Qualaja in Alabama. Lake Martin is a beautiful destination in Alabama, famous for its crystal clear waters, boating activities, and stunning sunsets. However, the lake has a dark history that few people know. Underneath the tranquil waters of Lake Martin lies the ruins of Qualaja, a once thriving African-American community founded in the late 19th century. Qualaja was established by John Benson, a formerly enslaved person who had purchased thousands of acres of land in Alabama and sold it to other African-American families. The community grew and prospered with its black-owned railroad and was home to the Qualaja Academic and Industrial Institute. This school provided education and vocational training to African-American students. The school helped prepare generations of African-American students to succeed in a world often hostile to them. Unfortunately, Qualaja's success was short.
No, you don't. Niggas succeeding? We gotta take that down. So they had a school, which is basically the equivalent of like a, what's that shit that they got out there? Job Corps. That's basically a Job Corps for Jake. You know, they'll teach you how to sew, teach you how to build a house, you know, give you on-the-job training skills so that you can go in the world, okay, and make a living for yourself. And guess what? Esau said, no, fuck that. No, the fuck you won't. Not my America. Not my South. And he put an end to that shit.
The rise of the Ku Klux Klan and a lack of economic opportunities for African Americans in the area led to the community's decline in the 1920s. By the 1950s, the once thriving community had all disappeared. In the 1960s, the Alabama Power Company purchased the entire land to build a hydroelectric dam, which led to the creation of Lake Martin. The loss of Qualaja was a devastating blow to Alabama's black.
That's 60, 70 years ago. It's not even that long ago. Not even that long ago.
And before the lesson, like we were just discussing it, like you said, it wasn't that long ago, and a lot of people don't even know about this. A lot of people don't even know that these lakes and shit, the land that we walk on is all, is all, the past is murder. You know, is Jake being destroyed by Esau?
My parents were born in the late 1950s. You know? So, hey, I got you, brother. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Man, blood is all in this land soil. And it's gonna mention in this video, but people say that at one of these lakes, like they say that it's haunted, and they hear like ghosts and shit like that. They see weird stuff, but that's them spirits crying out. That's that land being polluted. This whole country is polluted from all these years, which, like he said, wasn't that long ago, of destruction of our people, of murder, of pollution through Esau's wickedness.
And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, YouTube and the internet, you know, just like this video as an example, is putting the spiritual black light on Esau's wickedness. You know, all the things that he's tried to cover up, all the things that he's done, the treacherous acts that he's committed against Jake over time, that's that spiritual black light. You know, he's not able to hide his deeds anymore. He's not able, and like the brother mentioned earlier, a beautiful point is, it's going to be required at his hand. It says the Most High will not at all acquit the wicked. All right? And the Most High definitely ain't forget about these atrocities, man. All right? If he ain't forget about our atrocities, why would he forget about a heathen who he don't even love, man? Right?
Hey, this is Job 24 and 2. Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof.
Yeah, they removing land. What's the example of removing the landmarks? You know, you're pushing these people out of their space of living. All right, you're mowing down their cities, like the brother gave an example with the Black Wall Street. All right, they're thriving. Oh, let's get rid of that. Nah, they doing too much. Let's get rid of that. Even before that. All right, how Jake was removed from one place to another. All right, Esau Edom has been doing this for a long time, man. All right.
It's because he's greedy and selfish and hateful. When they got the space to take Jake in, they don't want to take him in. Not only because of the hate, but because they're like, man, this is our shit. Y'all go find somewhere to stay.
Community. It is just one of the many mind-boggling examples of how black communities in America were systematically destroyed and forgotten throughout history. Despite this erasure, efforts are being made to preserve the memory of Kowalja and honor its legacy. The Kowalja Historical Society was established to preserve and promote the history of Kowalja and its contributions to Alabama and the United States. The society has created a museum that showcases the community's rich history, including exhibits on John Benson and the Kowalja Academic and Industrial Institute. The society also organizes tours of the area and hosts events celebrating Kowalja's heritage. In addition to the work of the Kowalja Historical Society, other organizations are also working to preserve and honor the community's memory. The Alabama Historical Commission has designated Kowalja as a historical site, and the National Park Service has recognized the town's contributions to the civil rights movement. The legacy of Kowalja lives on through the efforts of those who seek to honor and remember the community and its contributions to Alabama and the United States. And this is not the only city underwater, as right below the serene water of Lake Lanier is a land that was once thriving with human activities, Oscarville in Georgia. Lake Lanier in Georgia is a popular destination for weekend getaways, attracting visitors with its abundant fishing, boating, and other recreational activities. The lake spans over 38,000 acres and has over 692 miles of shoreline. It is located in the northern part of Georgia and serves as a major source of water supply for the city of Atlanta. However, what many people don't know is that the lake has a dark past. It sits on top of the ruins of Oscarville, a thriving African-American community that was destroyed as far back as 1912. Oscarville was a small black community located in the northeastern part of Forsyth County, Georgia. The community was established in the late 1800s and was home to over 100 black families. The residents of Oscarville were hardworking farmers, carpenters, and other tradespeople who were able to establish a self-sufficient community despite the oppressive Jim Crow laws at the time. In September, 2 alleged assaults against white women were reported in the county. 2 black men were arrested, along with 4 accomplices. Shortly after, the body of a white resident was found, and several black residents were named as suspects. To provide safety, 1 suspect was transferred, but a mob of angry white residents gathered outside the jail. They seized and beat another suspect to death before hanging him in the town square. After the
Hey, and that's what Esau do, man. That's a fucking mob. They mob up. He's in jail. They took him out the jail and strung him up and killed him. Hey, they did the same thing here in Omaha, Nebraska. All right, when somebody was accused, not even found guilty, was accused of a crime against a white person, and guess what? They went in there and they took over. They flooded the police station. All right, they shot him. They drug him through the streets. They set him on fire. Hey, that's that everlasting hatred. It's account after account after account after account. And they hold themselves not guilty.
Yep.
Can I get this precept for you?
Bible shot.
This is Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked.
Yeah, man, he's not going to at all acquit the wicked, man. Everybody's going to have to pay for their sins. All right, and guess what? The nation of Edom is going to have to pay for the nation of Edom's sins as a nation.
That's right.
Because we get individual judgments, but guess what? We also get judgments as a people, as a nation. Israel's ultimate judgment is going to be what? Salvation and the governance of the earth. Edom's judgment is going to be what? Fucking slavery until we don't need them no more, and eradication.
That's right.
In the kingdom of heaven, I don't want to get it misconstrued. In the kingdom of heaven, Edom will be eradicated. All right, because it's not on us to eradicate Esau at these times. All right, it's on the Heavenly Father's clock, not ours. So we're chatting this man down with our words that the Lord has put in our mouths. You got something?
Come on, this is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 21. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it.
Go ahead.
Con, yeah, just backing up what the brothers just said, you know, and hey, like you got Esau in our land right now, them fake Jews acting as if they're us. They're going to be taken out of that land, and eventually, after they serve their 1,000 years in slavery, they're going to be removed from the earth completely, you know. But in the kingdom, us Israelites, we're going to be in our righteousness. We're going to inherit the world. You know, we're going to take the kingdom. Wickedness is going to be completely wiped out from this earth.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Tom, we can go back to the video. This is the last one we're going to go over, and then we'll end it.
Trials and executions, a group of white men, known as Night Riders, began a campaign of terror against the black residents of Osterville. They burned homes, churches, and schools, forcing black families to flee the area. More than 1,000 residents were displaced in the aftermath of the violence. The land where Osterville once stood was eventually purchased by the Army.
Jake had to flee. Jake had to get out of there, or we'd have been eradicated. We'd have been killed. So we had questions on, well, how do you make a lake out of a town? Well, you fucking scare everybody out the town by killing them, riding around in Ku Klux Klan gear, burning town, burning horses, burning buildings, putting all kinds of hell on Jake, and then Jake just get the fuck for the fear of their life. And then what? You bulldoze the town and flood a fucking lake over it. Good riddance. No one would ever know the wiser.
Corps of engineers who built Lake Lanier on top of the remains of the destroyed community. The construction of the lake began in the 1950s and was completed in the 1960s. The lake is now a popular destination for recreation and serves as a major source of hydroelectric power for the region. Today, there are reports of eerie occurrences and ghost sightings around the lake, adding to its already haunting history. Many visitors to the lake have reported seeing strange lights, hearing ghostly voices, and feeling a sense of unease in certain areas.
The holidays. And holiday trips.
Some believe that the ghosts of the former residents of Oscarville are still present at the lake, haunting the place where their homes and communities once stood. The story of Oscar.
God, hey, like we mentioned earlier, that's some spirits crying out. Of course, they hearing eerie things and strange occurrences are happening because that land is polluted. All that death that happened there, you know, of course that land has no rest. All that wickedness is ingrained there. All that killing happened there. So of course there's weird stuff happening in that land at that lake. What do you expect?
Right.
And its destruction is a horrifying example of the violence and oppression encountered in African American communities throughout American history. However, efforts are being made to preserve the memory of Oscarville and honor the lives of those who were lost. The Black Student Union at the University of North Georgia has created a scholarship in the memory of the victims of the Oscarville lynching, and there are ongoing efforts to uncover more information about the community and its history. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in the history of Oscarville and other similar communities in the South. Organizations like the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation have worked to document the history of Black communities in Georgia and advocate for their preservation. The Forsyth County Historical Society has also taken steps to recognize the history of Oscarville and other lost communities in the area. Despite the efforts to preserve the memory of Oscarville, the community's history remains largely unknown to the general public. Many visitors...
Yeah, most people don't even know, about this. That's why we wanted to shed some light on it, because the general public don't know about this. I didn't know about this till about a week ago. So that's definitely one reason why we wanted to shed some more light on it. Y'all brothers got anything else y'all wanted to add to? No. All right, well, I'm gonna get this last scripture. We're gonna end it with this. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 8. It says, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein."
Yeah, so all the blood Esau shed, the unrighteous moving of landmarks, slaughtering people just to build your own franchise, that's gonna come right back on your head, man. Because the Lord ain't forgot. As Esau Edom thinks, he ain't forgot, and he's not gonna hide his face. And we see the Lord is gonna come back and put judgment upon Esau Edom very soon for all the things he's done, man. All right.
He that bringeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword.
Absolutely.
You reap what you sow.
That's right.
And you did this against the apple of the Lord's eye, so it's twofold.
That's it.
Come. Hey, so with that being said, Lord's will, you were edified, and we give all praise, honor, and glory
unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash.
Give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.